We are shocked when we learn that somebody overcame their addiction to alcohol, cigarettes, any other drug, first attempt. A lot of the time, we don't even believe that they were truly addicted. I want to talk about the difference between someone who can let go of an addiction first try versus the rest of us mere mortals that take 15 to 20 attempts before we can walk away from what's making our life miserable. In my experience, you might have trouble ending your addiction because of two major problems, issues that are happening that you're not even aware you're dealing with. The first one being you're not convinced that you truly need to put this addiction down. So that would mean quitting because of friends and family's disapproval, because somehow what you're doing interferes with your interactions with them. Or you're looking at this from a perspective of, I kind of see where they're coming from, but I still believe that I can do it casually, just like everybody else. Which means in both of those scenarios, you're not really acknowledging that there's an addiction there and that you don't have control over your behavior. The other thing that's blocking you from being successful at ending your addiction is that you're not acknowledging the role the addiction actually has in your life. The addiction has become the way that you take care of yourself, right? So that's self-soothing with, whether it's food, alcohol, or whatever, gambling, whatever, it's the way that you help yourself to feel good. It's the way that you entertain yourself. It even helps you to block problems. And that one's more tricky when it comes to food. But in fact, if every time a problem comes up, I allow myself to eat for the 5, 10, 15 minutes that I'm eating, I'm paying attention to what I'm eating. I'm not paying attention to the problem. Same thing with drinking. Same thing with any other gambling or anything else that you might do addictively. And in some cases, when we don't have friends in our life, our addiction can even become our companion. And if I'm not letting myself see what my addiction is doing in my life, I will not be able to change it. People who solve their addiction in that first shot, something else that I noticed is that they tend to be people with an internal locus of control. That means that they believe that what they do impacts what's happening in their life. And so they set an intention for themselves. To set your intention, part one is being clear with why you are trying to put this addiction down. And truthfully, reason number one needs to be for yourself. You need to see that your life will be better if you put the addiction down. If you're doing it for your kids or your spouse, that doesn't work unless what you want is that your relationship with your children or your relationship with your spouse be better because you want it to be better because you miss it being good. To set your intention, you also need to know how this is going to impact your life. So what benefit will I live because I put this addiction down? Improved relationships, improved health. A lot of the time, whatever we're addicted to, except in the case of like gambling, for example, but other things that we might be addicted to are impacting our physical health. If I'm drinking, if I'm taking some kind of other illicit drug, if I'm overeating, that's actually impacting my physical health. How will it improve my relationships? Will I be able to do more activities with my children? Will I spend more time with my spouse? A lot of the time, when we're doing addictive behaviors and our spouse or children disapprove or our friends disapprove, then we need to hide that behavior from these people, which means now we don't get to spend as much time as we would like to spend with them because we're hiding this activity that we're doing. So this addictive activity that we're doing, we lose time. So we will regain positive time with the people that we care about. We will have improved interactions with the people that we care about because when you're being honest with the people around you, of course your relationships improve. And when we set an intention, we need to know how will we judge that we were successful in accomplishing our goal. It seems obvious to say, oh, you won't be addicted anymore. When it comes to food, it's not that simple. because we will be eating, and all vegetables have carbohydrates. So how will I know that I've accomplished the goal that I set out to accomplish? One of the things you're going to notice is that you have no more cravings. They're just going to be gone. And so whether it's alcohol or food, if my cravings are gone, that's a great sign that I'm no longer addicted, that I'm choosing healthy things to eat or drink, or choosing healthy ways to entertain myself when it comes to the other drugs. Those are all ways that is going to help me to see that I'm no longer. I think I accomplished my goal. When it comes to food, I'm also going to have the added positive of no more physical pain. Now, alcohol and other drugs might give you the same result depending on, yeah, like my body might feel better because I'm less inflamed, because I'm not ingesting things and causing my body to have reactions like I was doing before. And the ideas in my head will be different. The things that I think about. Again, when I'm addicted, a lot of my time is spent thinking about the thing I'm addicted to. When am I going to get to drink? When am I going to get to gamble? When am I going to get to eat? But now my mind will be hopefully filled with things that I used to love before I fell into this addiction. Maybe my mind will be filled with new things that I'm enjoying, like my children, or new things that I'm enjoying, like my hobbies. Maybe my mind will be focused on improving my work and being the best doctor, lawyer, psychologist, craftsman, whatever job you are doing. And when I get stressed, when I'm upset about something, what does my mind do? If I've overcome my addiction, my mind focuses on the problem so that I can solve it. It doesn't take 17 tries to quit an addiction. It takes one committed investment in yourself. Now, a truly committed investment in you is one that's well thought out, and it's one that's planned out appropriately. But you can't do that if you're still addicted to carbohydrates or any other thing. So I want you to click on this video right here where I talk about how you can end your carb addiction. Click on the link and I'm going to meet you over there.